Ladies and gentlemen, I am Melvin Banks.
This is Edo. You might know me as Ish.
And this is your boy, Rene.
And we are
The Carbonation Conversation. You can follow us. You can follow us on Facebook under The Carbonation Conversation,
Or you can follow us on Twitter under Carbonated Convo.
Yes, Carbonated Convo on Twitter, and we would like to thank Mo for the introduction beats.
Shout out Mo.
Exactly, and this is our movie review series, and we are reviewing The Joker. But before we review The Joker, I think it's Happy New Beer time, and I'm looking at some funky labeling. I don't even know what the fuck this is. This looks like some funky.
It looks pretty tripped out.
70s,
It does.
like you should be on acid. What the hell is this?
It's Three Floyd's Laser Snake.
This is
We tried two other Three Floyd's beers
the Zombie
already.
Dust.
The Zombie Dust and the Gumball Head.
Yeah.
You know.
I picked the Gumball Head. You picked the Zombie
I liked
Dust.
both of those.
Yeah,
they weren't that bad.
they were really
It
good.
wasn't too much of a aftertaste when it comes to IPA.
Yeah.
Because they can be pretty harsh.
Yeah.
It was decent.
Yeah.
You know, if you know me, I don't fuck with IPAs, but those were pretty fucking fire.
Exactly.
So, Melvin,
Should we do a toast?
Happy New Beer.
Happy New Beer.
Hey.
Nice. Edo, when you get a second, would you mind opening mine, please? Thank you, sir. Thanks, sir. It ain't gonna overfill like the Duval. We opened it last time. But we're here to review The Joker, directed by Todd Phillips, and starring, as we know, Joaquin Phoenix.
Yep.
And as we know about the Joker, he is probably hands down one of the most greatest villains of all time.
Yes, he was voted #1 villain out of the top 100 and all that ever.
Yeah.
He is one of, and it's funny because he is not like a strong guy. He's always been known as like somebody who can't even win in a fist fight.
Yeah.
But he is just so psychotic.
he has no superpowers.
You know what I mean? No. He's
Nope.
just so psychotic and just doesn't give a fuck.
And a great manipulator.
Will be willing to just cross that line like no one else.
Yeah, and there have been multiple comics, and obviously we're not really finna get into depth, but the Joker, we obviously know, has done some severe things, such as killed Robin. He's
Spoilers.
done something so severe in one comic to Batman that Superman killed him for Batman, apparently. I saw a comic book like that.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's even like the whole I think it's the whole injustice thing where Joker kills Lois Lane.
Wow.
You know, and basically drives Superman kind of mad, where he ends up becoming a villain in a way.
Yeah, because basically what the Joker's deal is, especially when it comes to Batman, because obviously there is no Joker without Batman, is he wants Batman to cross that line.
Well, of
he
course.
wants him to kill
Yes,
somebody.
of course.
You know, and obviously Batman is like, I'm not going to kill anybody. That's my Batman voice. That's basically it right there. I'm not going to do it, Joker. And he doesn't, so...
So you're taking a shit.
And he's asking for toilet paper.
Pass the toilet paper.
But I gotta say, obviously, we are pretty much all different age ranges. I'm 33.
Your boy's 25.
Fuck you. I'm not telling you how old I am.
He's an old ass motherfucker, I guess. Anyways, we've been brought up. We've had a generation of Jokers. So,
Of course.
actually, I was brought up on the Jack Nicholson Joker.
Oh
and
yeah,
to me,
I think right,
best
we
ever.
all kind of were. I don't know, maybe how young were you when they?
I mean, were you
you
like
weren't
a
even born
Michael
yet, were
Keaton?
you?
I know what I'm saying. Like, were you like a Michael Keaton Batman guy, or were you like straight Christian Bale Batman Begins?
If we're going to talk about
or George Clooney.
Jokers in general, I feel
He's probably more of a Heath Ledger, right?
Mark Hamill when he did the voice
Oh,
for
yeah.
Joker.
Okay, so you're going
For
more animated.
That's where he probably grew
Okay,
up.
That's what I grew up
okay.
on.
So you're talking about
'Cause he
Batman
was
the
a-
animated
yeah.
series?
Yeah,
Is
Batman.
that the one?
He was,
Yeah.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
The Batman.
Oh, yeah.
Was it Mark Hamill and Batman animated?
Yeah, he was
Okay,
the
cool.
Joker.
He was even after that. It was like he did Joker for a while.
He did
Yeah.
Joker in the video games, though.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
in the
think
video
he
games
did
as well,
too.
yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's all it was.
so you going back, and I forgot about Batman the animated series.
That's why I'm like, if we're talking
that's one
about-
of the best.
Oh hell yeah!
Mark
Animated
Hamill. Mark
series.
Hamill, shout
That's
out
crazy.
Mark
It
Hamill.
was
All
just so awesome that the guy who does the voice for Batman was able to be Batman in the Crisis show CW.
Yeah, people don't
we
know.
were talking about that during the pilot.
Just
Yeah,
real quick
right.
to say that because he always dreamed that he could actually play Batman, but he's just so much older. You never thought it was going to happen, and it was able to happen in the Crisis CW.
That's
maybe,
cool. I gotta check that out, man.
maybe
Man, we
could
gotta
talk about that shit one day,
review that. We gotta
I haven't
review
watched
that.
it.
Awesome.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
you told me. It was
Whether
fucking great.
definitely, we gotta do that. But yeah. So, what did you guys think about when you first heard? Obviously, there was another Joker before Joaquin Phoenix, and that was Jared Leto.
Suicide Squad.
30 Seconds Tomorrow's star. I mean, for all intents and purposes, he's a great actor.
No problem. Fight
you
Club,
know?
all that.
So when I heard he was being the Joker, I was like, I can dig it. And even when I saw the picture of him chromed out, looking like somebody off the west side of Chicago,
I thought he could do it. When I saw the
was
picture,
cool.
I was like,
you didn't like it. You didn't like
I didn't
it.
like all
that was the
They
first-
really Joker blinged out. This is
Yeah,
some bullshit.
I mean,
no.
A millennial Joker.
He
What the
almost looked
fuck?
like he was living the vida loca. I mean, I'm just saying I'm just saying he was tatted out. He looked like he
Hey,
should have
come
been
on.
in one of those low riders pumping up. That's what he looked like. I was like, I'm gonna give him a chance, but apparently everybody
Yeah, I didn't
hated
like
him. And he was absolutely furious when he found out, hey, DC is actually going to do a different Joker. Like, it's going to be like 15 million Jokers in DC, and they're going to pick Joaquin Phoenix. And at first, Scorsese, I think, was even tied to this. But then
at first,
because I was like, Ito, bro. Did you hear about this? Like, they gonna do a different Joker, and it's gonna be at first
Joker,
Leonardo DiCaprio. That was the first thing they said, Leonardo DiCaprio and Martin Scorsese. And I was like, hey, Ito and Rene, what you think about Leonardo DiCaprio being the Joker, bro?
You know what? Fuck that. I felt like when they announced Joker, it was just rushed. I felt like it came like this. It came quick. Like what? You heard that it was gonna be Joaquin Phoenix, and it's just like
I was like,
the movie just came out just quick.
Yeah, because Suicide Squad was like it was out a couple months previous, and then boom, we get
Suicide
the announcement.
Squad was like 2. It's been like 2 years, right?
No, what really?
A year?
Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, it's been a little.
It's been a while.
Okay, maybe I'm
Suicide
wrong.
Squad.
Yeah, because I just didn't.
We got to talk about Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
I mean, Joaquin Phoenix did such a great job, but I feel Heath Ledger is my favorite Joker of all time.
Fuck.
No argument there. I don't even think that needs even any debate because, I mean, he was brilliant. I mean, I guess I feel like Heath Ledger was like the superhero's greatest villain. But I guess Joaquin Phoenix was the most realistic Joker.
Yeah, I say, more realistic. Yeah,
because,
but yeah,
it's
You
so
know what?
crazy.
It's
Heath
fucking
Ledger was
hard.
so amazing.
It's
Yeah.
hard because they both won an Oscar.
Yeah, and obviously, Todd Phillips, director
Yeah,
and writer.
like whoever won Oscars for playing the same character,
Right.
tripped out, right?
Right,
I
that
didn't
is
even think about that.
crazy. That
You know
is
what?
true.
That is tripped out.
R.I.P. Heath Ledger.
Oh, yeah,
R.I.P. Heath
definitely.
Ledger, man. Like, he did such a brilliant job. And a lot of people want to make it seem like, because he had that Joker personality was why
It had nothing to
it
do
had
with
nothing
it.
to do
It had
about it.
nothing to
Please,
do.
I want you to listen to Spawn. What's the actor to Spawn? Do you know his name?
Michael J. White.
Michael J. White's interview with Vlad TV. It has nothing to do with him being Spawn.
What do you mean? I've never heard about
Vlad
that.
TV interviewed Michael J. White. And he asked them, was the Joker's character, because Heath Ledger dived so deep into the Joker's character,
But why
did
did
that
they
have
ask
any effect?
Michael J. White?
Because
Why?
Michael J. White was in The Dark Knight. You remember Michael J. White?
He was in The Dark Knight?
Yes. He's like, enough with the clown.
What the fuck?
You remember?
I don't remember
He was
that.
he was the guy that I forget his name.
Was he the one with? He was in the movie with
Yes,
Heath Ledger?
he was in the movie with Heath Ledger, and Heath Ledger when his guys, basically Michael J. White's guys, I'm forgetting his name. I know. Hopefully, you guys don't butcher me in the comments.
Are you saying
But
because he has a martial arts
character?
background?
No, Michael J. White's character in The Dark Knight puts a bounty on the Joker because the Joker stole from them. Remember, in the beginning, he robs the bank.
Okay.
And he steals from the mafia, basically, the Gotham bad guys, the syndicate. And so he puts out a bounty on the Joker's head, and then you remember the guys bring supposedly a dead Joker.
Oh yeah, they psyched him out.
He's like, oh, so I'm gonna give you this money for a dead Joker, and then the Joker bounces up, and he's like, no, I'm not dead. And he goes,
surprise,
you wanna know
motherfuckers!
How you got these scars? You want to know how I got these scars? And he tells him the story. He did not know Michael J. White was in The Dark Knight.
I was like,
really?
I was like,
I don't know his name. I don't know the character's name.
Was he like a mob boss or something?
Yeah, he was one of the mob bosses.
Yeah.
And then he's like, and then that was when he.
It's been a while since I've seen that.
But I was talking about Heath Ledger. The reason I went on that tangent was because Heath Ledger did not kill himself because of obviously him being Joker. That was what I was basically trying to say.
Of course not. Yeah,
but some people believe, the Joker was such a psychotic character that you had to go so deep in your psyche to do it, and therefore you would be depressed for life.
Melvin, let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
Would Joaquin Phoenix kill himself now for what he went through? Body transformation, and you know damn well that affects the fucking mentality.
I don't know how he did what he did.
It looks. I'm not gonna lie. I see the picture. It looks fucking gross.
I mean,
his body looked gross.
I mean, yeah, they say he had to lose a lot of weight.
You saw that picture,
and,
right?
And I want to ask you, how you guys know Joaquin? I mean, like I said, I know him from, we were talking about this earlier, Ladder 49. I know him from Signs. Swing away! Swing away!
He was in
I
The
know
Village.
him from The Village, which you say is a crappy movie, Rene.
The first movie
At the time.
The first movie I could think of ever seeing him is probably 8mm.
Yeah, 8mm.
With
Okay.
your boy, Melvin.
Oh, Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage is
It's a
Melvin's
really good
boy.
show.
really good
Hashtag
show.
Nicolas Cage. I love you.
Nah, fuck
I love
that,
you.
because
I love Next. I love. I can just go on, but I'm not gonna do that.
No, man, I feel like Gladiator. It was a very underrated role for him.
Gladiator.
Okay.
He snapped in the Gladiator. I think he did a great job.
All right.
He just hated him in there.
Is it true that they're doing a Gladiator Part 2?
I don't know.
I
guys hear
heard
about that?
something about that, yes.
Did you guys hear about
You
that?
know
I wonder
what?
if he's gonna be in there.
You know what?
I wonder if Joaquin's
Let us know.
He died in the first one. No.
He did, man.
He's not going to be in it.
I forgot all about this.
Spoiler.
Spoil Gladiator. You
1995.
can't spoil Gladiator.
Gladiator came out 2000, so it's a
okay.
20-year-old movie. I can't remember.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Gosh.
So yeah, I mean, so I guess. So I have to ask before, obviously, you know how Joaquin Phoenix did before we get into this movie. What did you feel like when you heard he was going to be cast as a Joker? Because first we heard Leonardo, and we was like, this bro, he been in everything.
First thing I heard Joaquin, I'm like, isn't he too old? That's some
the
reason.
first thing
That's
you
first thing
thought
I
of?
thought.
Okay.
But the Joker's old.
I know,
Isn't he
but
not
this
an
was
older
the
character?
beginning of the Joker. That's why I
Yeah,
didn't think
okay,
he should have been
okay.
so old.
Yes.
But in the
I didn't
movie, he
even
didn't
think
look
about it.
as
Okay.
old.
Yeah,
he
He just
wasn't.
looked
He
pale.
wasn't supposed to be that old.
Yeah.
As he is in real life.
Yeah, he's
He
actually
really
an
isn't,
older
because
fucking
he
man.
is an older guy in real life. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
why first thing I thought. Mm-hmm. But when you saw the transformation he went through and all that, and how they made him look younger, it was just like, wow.
Yeah, it looked really, really great.
And then, of course, did they actually say when the fucking time period was?
I don't think they actually.
it?
Obviously,
Yeah,
it was
it was like
before
the late
because
70s.
Was it?
Yeah.
So it was kind of
Because obviously
off.
you see a young Bruce Wayne. We'll get to that later. Probably that'll be the last thing we mention because oh my god, I didn't think that was gonna happen in the movie. But this movie came out with a lot of controversy. Some fucking politicians were trying to stop this movie because of all the mass shootings that's been happening, mental illness, all of that stuff, and.
R.I.P. You remember the mass shooting when Dark Knight came out?
Yeah.
the fucking movie theater, right?
Yeah,
Is that what you're talking about?
exactly. Yeah, I
Holy
remember when I
shit.
went to go see Dark Knight, even my wife was telling me, hey, be careful. I know you want to see it, but it's not worth, your life to go see a movie.
That was tripped out. I can't believe that happened.
And we can see it did touch on a lot of serious stuff. And it pretty much opens like that. I mean, this movie doesn't pull any punches. If you thought this was a movie for children, like, hey, they seen the Joker in a cartoon.
It's funny you say that. It's not meant for children because the director, Todd Phillips, you know what I mean? The movie he makes, the other movies, they just so serious. You don't realize this guy made The Hangover.
He did that. Yeah, he did that Hangover
what?
series. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
done the
you even
Hangover
told me
series.
that old school.
Old
which
school,
is
right.
my
Like, what the hell?
Once it hits your mouth, it feels so good.
Starsky and Hutch, the
movie.
updated Starsky and Hutch, School for Scoundrels. It's
Yeah,
like, this
it's-
guy's made some hilarious movies.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, he came out with this movie. Like, at the same time, it's just like, you know, you heard he took over. When you first heard, it was supposed to be Martin
Scorsese.
You know what I mean? And then it's like, how Todd Phillips gonna do with
Yeah,
doing
exactly. And not to mention, DC had been getting shit on at the time because apparently Justice League and Batman vs Superman wasn't good for the people. They thought it was absolute crap. And I have a different opinion on that. But, you know, so it was like, hey, we're doing this, you know, and when I thought of Joaquin Phoenix as Joker, I was like, you know what? I like him. I haven't seen him in a while. He did one of their favorite movies that you keep talking to me about, Ito, which is Her. And he's, for all his attempts, he's a character actor. So let's go.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the movie begins with him being a clown, you know, kind of doing his thing.
Yeah, he's on the street swinging a sign around, trying to basically outside a store.
Yeah.
And then a group of, well, I guess, kids or teenagers approach him.
Youngins.
Right, little scoundrels.
I know, right? Still his fucking
bitch-ass
sign.
motherfuckers.
I know, right? Like, what?
Yeah.
They steal his sign and they chase him.
They steal the sign, run away. He chases them, you know, and they ended up like trapping him in an alley, hitting them with a sign and breaking it. And you know, they said
they're fucking his
beating
ass
him,
up.
beating
Yeah.
him,
Y'all
beating
ain't
him
beating
up.
his
You know what I
ass
mean?
up.
They're punching
and
him.
he's
You
looked
know what I
like
mean?
some 10 to 13 years. Like, God
Right,
damn,
like,
where are
that's
your
fucked up,
fucking
you know what I mean?
parents?
Right.
Like, Jesus Christ.
We gotta, remember it is, what was it, the 70s?
Yeah, the 70s, I
Late
guess.
70s?
You
Late
know.
70s, I
Yeah,
guess.
so a different fucking time. You gotta think about it like that too. So
And, you know, he's, and then it flashes, and I mean, you know, he's kind of at his
they
desk.
they break his sign.
They break his sign.
So the
Right.
next scene,
Next scene is with the
boss.
all of a sudden-
Yeah.
What? Yeah,
Even before
basically.
that.
Yeah. Before that is basically all of a sudden cuts the scene of him just laughing.
Yes, exactly.
Just blurting this laugh out. You're just confused, like what the hell's going on?
Exactly. Like,
And
okay,
it's
is
just
he
weird laugh.
practicing?
You know, weird laugh.
I
and
thought
it's-
he was practicing.
right, you know.
Like, I was like,
and
okay.
you
I
know,
don't know
see
what
him
the fuck he was
covering
doing.
himself, trying to stop it, can't control it. You know.
Yeah, and his coworker is saying,
Yeah.
"Bro, this shouldn't be how they treat clowns. Basically, you know, we doing this shit for a living. Here's a gun. You know, he's okay. You know, here's a gun. It's like, okay, cool. And then the boss calls him in.
Yeah, he was like, hey, this guy wants to see you in his office. So he goes into the office, and he's getting treated. He's getting treated by the boss because apparently he stole the sign.
Yeah, the boss is basically saying he stole the sign and he wants them to pay for it. He's like, no, some kids took it and they don't want to believe him.
Exactly.
You know,
so.
basically, he just seems like right away at the beginning of this movie, you see he's just being bullied.
Exactly.
basically,
Bullied
by
and
everyone,
mistreated.
by
No
these
one
kids, by
respects
his
him.
boss. You know what I mean? This other guy basically he works in a place where they provide clowns.
Exactly.
To certain events and stuff. So it's a group of guys in a locker room with all of them different clowns. And like the guy you said gives him a gun. Basically, I guess feels sorry for him or just tries to make it feel like he needs the gun, but he look like he's got something up to him, But then it jumps, to the he's with his social worker.
Yeah, social worker.
And he's basically doing the laugh. And but it seems like at the same time she doesn't care.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
like she don't give a fuck.
Because
Like,
let's not forget,
this fucking guy.
we often forget that this is not any ordinary city. This is fucking Gotham. Like,
Yeah.
we're in Gotham right now, and so the therapist is just like, whatever,
Like, this fucking
and then he's
this weirdo.
literally telling her, he's smoking,
This creep.
and she's asking him these questions, and she's just like, this is the last time I'm gonna see you. Like, he's just like, you've just never really paid attention to me at all. And that kind of brings us on to the subject of mental illness. I mean, it's a sensitive topic, and we don't want to go in too deep about it. But it is like, I mean, he is literally kind of seeking help. He's trying to vent.
Like we mentioned, he was had that uncontrollable outburst of laughter, and stuff, and that is actually a real condition.
Yeah, because when he was on the bus, right? He was trying to play with the little boy.
Just messing with him, and then
didn't do nothing
trying to play with the little boy, and the mom was like, "Leave my kid alone!" Like, what a bitch.
For all the moms out there, if you ever did, fuck you, fuck you. I'm sorry.
It's not even like that. It just. Your kid, you can't control your kids. Your kid's fucking your kid's fucking with a stranger.
But if it's just like he's making them laugh, so why does it make a big deal?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
He's literally making the kid laugh.
And then you're bitching at the stranger for what? Because your kid is fucking with a stranger?
He freaks out,
so his decision, his condition kicks in, and he just can't stop laughing. All of a sudden they're looking at him, and it's actually a real condition.
And once again, I am going to leave it to Ito, formerly known as Ish, to pronounce this word.
Surprisingly, I didn't know.
It's called the PBA.
So
PBA.
You could call it PBA, but it was actually called this Soto-bulbar.
Soto-bulbar. Pronounce that Rene for me.
Soto-bulbar.
Soto-bulbar condition.
Almost
or
sounds like Bulbasaur from Pokemon.
But they call it PBA. And basically, it's a condition where you have uncontrollable laughter or crying.
I didn't know that. I had no fucking idea.
I swear I didn't know that he hands her the card, and it's like, excuse me, sorry for
he actually hands her
on the bus. He hands her a card saying, "Excuse my laughter. I have a condition."
That's pretty tripped out. That's uncontrollable laughter. That must be horrible. Because I mean, I'm just saying,
and
I have the hiccups when I'm drinking.
Melvin, at the same time, we have to think about it. It's the fucking 70s. So this guy, there's probably no medicine for this guy. Nobody knows what the fuck's going on. There's
or limited medicine.
He's taking some kind of medication.
He has medication, but it's just like people don't have internet. People are not.
Well, of course, at that time.
Yeah, at that time.
Of course.
Exactly. So it's just like even worse for this guy. I feel bad for him at this time.
He lives with his mother.
Yeah, he lives with his mama.
Right away, you could kind of tell there's some kind of weird relationship or something's wrong with her.
Yeah, she's off. They're both off together.
Basically, she keeps saying that she used to work with Thomas Wayne out of everyone.
Thomas Wayne,
and they had some kind of great relationship where he's supposed to help her. She wrote a letter to him saying that they're struggling, and she believes
she was writing this letter.
He's writing it and she believes that he's gonna help. He will eventually come help them.
She expresses to fucking this guy, to the Joker, that she thinks that he's gonna help.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And the Joker's name is Arthur Dent, right? It's Arthur. I know his first name is Arthur. I don't know his last name. I know his last name. Okay, but his first name is Arthur, and it is funny because it goes with the comics and the TV shows too.
Well, it's tripped out because a lot of times people, if you ask any apparent DC fan, you know what's Joker's real name? No, exactly. Crickets.
Yeah.
You hear fucking crickets.
And it's obviously Arthur Fleck. That's what it's. Wow,
Fleck.
Dent. Here I should just not make any accusations when it comes to names. That's all I'm saying.
You're thinking
but
of anyways,
he talks with his mother, and his mother's obsessed with Thomas Wayne and this letter.
Melvin, before we get into Thomas Wayne, how are you guys feeling the beer?
You know what? Let me take one more sip.
Why not? Let's all take a sip. Cheers.
Cheers. Hell yeah. Once again, we're drinking
Laser Snake.
No, you know what? This ain't bad. You know what? I remember what you were telling me about the aftertaste about IPA. This isn't bad. I don't.
This is fucking fire. It tastes like it has like a citrus to it. Or is it just me? I feel like I taste like a little citrus.
I kind of taste it.
Tastes fucking refreshing.
Right,
I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty good.
And
just quick little mention. I was feeling a little sick before this podcast, but this beer, it got me in the mood. So.
Apparently, he caught it from me though.
I said nothing. I didn't blame him at all. Anyways, I didn't say that.
But
you could catch stuff from me.
Oh my god. Okay. So but obviously his mother, he has a really great relationship with his mother, though.
It's great, but you could tell it's something off.
Weird.
It's a little,
they every night, they watch a show which is kind of like the Tonight Show,
Right.
with the host played by Robert De Niro. And
Maury from what's his name?
Maury Front.
I can't.
You know what? I wrote this on the board, and apparently my handwriting is so horrible that
I see. Okay, so
Murray
what
Franklin.
What I'm seeing is
Murray Franklin.
Front
Frontin. Yeah, it looks like it says Frontin.
God,
Yeah,
Melvin,
my
what the
handwriting.
fuck?
I'm sorry,
Welcome to the
my bad.
frontier.
Yeah, but anyways,
Well-
yeah, Murray Franklin.
The tripped out thing is Arthur Fleck basically wants to be a stand-up comedian.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he tries his shot. He actually gives it a try, but he can't control that laughter. He's so nervous up there, he keeps bursting out with the laughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
You
he
know
ends
what
up
I mean?
at a stand-up club,
Yeah,
no? Like an improv.
like a basically open mic type of thing.
Yeah.
You know, and he goes up, he tries his stuff, but he just can't control that laughter. And
Can't
everybody's
control that
just
laughter.
They start booing him, like, you know, they can't take it. You know, then basically Robert De Niro's character, Murray Franklin, basically shows a video of it on his show.
Like a little clip.
Yeah.
Right, a little clip of it, and basically calls him a joker.
Yep.
He's like, "Oh, who is this Joker?" Like,
Right,
pretty
you know.
much describing him as like a clown. Like he didn't do
Exactly.
too good, and
Yeah,
it
he
was just
like,
ass.
When
you
I
know?
grow up, I told my mom I wanted to be a comedian, and I'm a comedian. Look at me now.
Right.
And Robert De Niro's like, yeah, look at you.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
So he basically this is the start fall of his, or the start of his downfall. Is what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? And then I guess we're gonna talk about the train scene next, or
Oh yeah, which was pretty fucking brutal. I mean, it almost makes him look like a hero in a sense, you know.
Yeah, 'cause he was on his way
You know,
home.
he was on his way home. He was fed up. You know, I believe. Before we talk about the trade scene, I think he was fired. And he was getting on the train.
yeah,
The
yeah,
reason
yeah.
he was fired was because the coworker who gave him the gun, for whatever reason, he decided to take the gun with him and
yeah, Arthur
perform
at a school, or what
No,
was it?
it was okay.
What was it
a
again?
hospital.
Yes, it
Oh,
was
yeah,
a
the
children's hospital.
A children's
And he's
hospital.
dancing,
Arthur's performing, dancing, and the damn gun
fucking
falls
gun
out.
falls out.
Like, wow.
And he is literally on the payphone, the next scene, explaining this to his boss.
And then-
Obviously, he's fired.
He
Right, he's
fired
trying to
his
tell the
ass.
boss that
Yeah.
the other clown gave it to him.
Not
because,
even
you
that.
know,
Remember they said that he was like, "Oh, it was a prop gun."
Yeah,
Trying to
it was.
play off
Yeah,
the-
Oh, yeah.
He was trying
He
to play
tried
it
to say it was
off.
a
He was
prop
trying to play
gun,
it off.
yeah.
but
Arthur
the
was trying to
person
play it
that
off.
gave him the gun tricked
Yes,
Yep.
his
and said
fucking
he saw him with a gun.
coworker.
Yeah.
Right, the one that gave it to him.
Yes,
right,
the
You
yeah.
know, one of
coworker
my
that gave
favorite
it to
parts about that when he was getting his stuff to leave after he was fired was like, okay, guys, I have to punch out, and fucking punched the time
Literally-
clock.
literally
he was like
punched out.
punched it, and he was like, sorry guys, I forgot to punch out. I thought that shit was
Yeah,
hilarious.
it was.
I mean, he
Funny.
punched
I feel
the
like that
fuck
was
out of that
the
thing.
start of his.
Yep,
His
exactly.
downfall.
His turn,
And so,
you know
like
what I
you were
mean?
saying, you know, he gets on the train,
Right.
and he's fired. You know, he's miserable, and he sees what.
But
I mean,
he's not
I'm
even. But he's not like. He's not even depressed about it. He's not overreacting to it. He's just like,
paying
it is what
his
it is.
own, man, paying his own mind, just doing his
Exactly.
own thing.
And he ends up on the train.
And then there's some frat boys. There's about 2 or 3 of them, I think. I don't
three of
remember.
them.
There's about
On the
3 of
subway,
them.
yeah.
And obviously they start teasing this. What seems like an attractive female, like they wanted to holler at her, like one of them wanted to holler at
She
her,
was
and they
sexy,
were
yeah,
mad
she
that
was
she
pretty.
didn't respond,
Yeah.
so they started fucking with her.
Exactly.
They're catcalling her.
Yeah,
Is what they're doing.
and obviously he's looking at him. It's only them on the train.
Yes.
It seems.
On
It
the
seems
car-
like.
yeah, exactly.
And he starts looking at him. Obviously, you know.
Like,
I
what the
don't-
fuck's going on over
hopefully, I'm pretty sure I can say all of us, if we were ever in that situation, we would stand up and be like, "Hey, what the fuck? Why are you doing that?"
Yeah.
Fucking
But
work.
obviously,
Yeah,
he's a little
exactly.
bit depressed. He just got fired. He ain't saying nothing, but he's looking in that
Right.
ray.
Isn't he just
And-
start
and
with his
hopefully
laughter? Is that what
sometimes-
happens? He starts laughing, right?
Yeah, hopefully sometimes when you even look in the direction when somebody's doing something fucking stupid, they stop. And so he looks in that direction, they they people's eye.
But you know what? They're still fucking with the lady. They're
Yep,
still
they
fucking
are.
with her. Like, oh, do you see him talk? My guy's talking to you. Can you
Yeah.
respond? Like, what kind of shit is that?
Exactly.
But at the same time, this guy's not responding.
And then they go
Joker's
to
not
him.
responding. Arthur's not responding. So, you know, he starts laughing.
Exactly.
He
And
starts fucking laughing.
and he's just ridiculous. It's just like, what's so funny? And then one of the guys, he started to laugh with him, pretending he knows the joke or whatever. And then basically they just start taking swings on him.
they
And they
start
just start
fucking him
whooping
up.
his ass. And
Hell
all of a
yeah.
sudden, it becomes 3-on-1. And then a couple shots go off.
Yeah. And then Arthur pulls out that gun.
They end up at like their next stop. He pulls out a gun. They try to run away, so he chases them down.
He gets one of them. Two of them run out of the train, and then he shoots one on the platform, and then another one on the stairs. Right? Something
straight
like that.
guns them down.
Just straight 3 of them. And apparently, this was a very big relief for him.
Yes, you could tell.
You could tell, like, he
You could
felt
tell
good.
He felt
Yes.
alive.
He got that chip off his shoulder.
Exactly.
So, you know, he kept pretty much after he killed them, he ran off, and it was just a big thing on the news around Gotham.
Yep.
There's
Because
someone
3
murdered.
frat preppy boys
That's the thing,
got
yeah.
killed
Yes.
on the subway.
Because 3
there
rich
were
boys.
3 rich boys, yes, they
3
got
rich
killed
bitches.
on the subway. But they're not gonna talk about how they were fucking with this one woman, pretty much harassing her. And
Right, yeah,
what would have happened?
exactly.
What would have happened if Arthur wasn't there? They probably would have.
Gabe probably would have raped this girl and got away with it.
Exactly. They're not going to talk about
know what I
that
mean?
though, but they want to talk. Obviously, I understand the circumstance that they got killed.
Yeah.
But they're not going to bring that up.
And then obviously it's this basically not warring, but everybody's looking for this person. And
I actually, they show like parts of the city where people are like relieved in a way. No.
Yeah.
That people are not too sad about these 3 rich white kids.
and what's so crazy
getting
is,
killed.
Yeah, like you said, and like you were saying earlier with Thomas Wayne, he makes a comment and he's like, "Oh, about these killings, they must be jokers." So it actually starts a movement. It starts the clown movement.
Yeah.
That's why
killing rich. Killing rich preppy kids.
started something. We don't even know what it started, but it
Not yet.
clicked. Exactly. It clicked. It was basically like, he was telling people that, they're poor, because he's running for mayor, Thomas Wayne. I didn't this
know
Thomas Wayne is a dick. I mean, can we just talk about Thomas Wayne for like 1 or 2 minutes? Thomas Wayne seems
Wayne
like
was always a dick.
Yeah, but we'll talk about more him later, of course.
yeah, man, this guy. Whew. But yeah,
One
he
thing that we
killed-
haven't brought up was one of his neighbors that he likes to consult to, and he's bumped into.
yeah, the
Pretty neighbor. She's pretty. She has
Yeah.
a daughter.
I have her as the fake neighbor. I was totally blown away by
Spoilers.
spoil. Obviously, it is spoilers, but yeah, Zaza as the neighbor, as his girlfriend. Did you guys see that coming?
No,
At all?
not at all.
No.
Hell no, I did not.
Yeah.
I did not see that coming.
The neighbor was named Sophie.
Sophie.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
wondering if she had
Yeah.
a name or not.
Yeah, she
I
had a
didn't
name.
know.
Yeah, and she had a daughter. You remember in the elevator scene where she's just like, because the daughter keeps asking her question after question, and she gives like the
she
gun
point,
sign
yeah.
to her head, and I guess he just takes that to heart and just imagines the rest. I swear, I thought, I had some told me, because I was just like, man, she really likes him.
Like, out of nowhere, like, I can't understand. Like, yeah, you said, like, why does she like him like that?
Yeah.
He's, like, you would think someone that looks like she does wouldn't be into
The
someone
way
like
that
him,
he
you know?
looks.
Like,
That's what I'm saying. He
Exactly.
looked weird. I felt Joaquin Phoenix looked perfect for the role, but I guess as from my standpoint, he looked weird for another woman to find him attractive.
Yeah,
Is what I'm saying.
And basically, he imagines her at the stand-ups, and when he's doing the comedy
This
shows,
woman was never his girlfriend.
and being there
Yeah, at the
when,
hospital with his
at
mom
hospital
and
when
all
his
that.
mom gets sick.
Yeah. So, but
There was
And
even
there-
a scene where we're thinking that he just rushed in her crib and they had sex, but that never apparently happened.
Apparently, yeah, exactly. And that was literally after he killed the guys, wasn't it? Because like he felt powerful.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So he goes to crib and like, I'm just like, okay, you
Like
go.
he's
You
right.
go,
You're
Joker.
like, you're voting,
You
like, oh,
go.
hell yeah,
You
right.
go,
Yeah.
Joker. And it was nothing.
He killed them and then rushed into her crib, and then I guess they had sex, quote unquote.
And that's what makes me kind of question everything. But before I even get into that, we have to get into Mom's letter. You know, Mom, she's been telling him to mail a letter to Thomas Wayne because he's gonna fix everything, and she's been working forever. And finally, he opens the goddamn letter. And what it seems to say is apparently he's never opened this letter. Every time he's been sending this damn letter off, apparently. He's never opened this letter.
Nope.
And then he opens this letter, and apparently it says some pretty juicy stuff like, hey, you know, me and you had a baby.
Right.
You know, his baby.
Don't forget
was
about our
Arthur.
past.
And at this point in time, I was like, no, DC did not.
Right?
They did not.
They did not.
They wanted to make it seem like Arthur was Thomas Wayne's son. Like, what?
I mean, Batman, brother,
Like, no, they
the
didn't
Joker.
do this. No, they didn't do this.
Is this for real? Like, can we go to the core, to the person who created this? Is this for real? And this just never got out, but that was so good. How did you feel about that when he actually thought that was, you know?
I actually thought it too, and I'm like, what the
thought
fuck?
at first,
Like,
yeah.
are you serious?
God, bro, I was just like...
At first, you had to think this guy is already not old, but he's already like in his late 20s at least. Arthur.
Yeah.
And also, could he have been the
for
son?
all intents and purposes,
Yes,
Thomas Wayne
yes.
could have hit it, and for all
Thomas
intents
Wayne
and
was
purposes,
older, no?
Yes.
He was already like an older fucking...
yeah, he was obviously, but he's a billionaire. You know how people with power is.
Yeah.
He could have just saw her working, but I guess the question is, because we all know what happens at the end, do you believe her? Do you believe that she was either crazy? Or is that really?
When you first heard it, you believed it.
Because I
all
was
of
like,
us did.
yes,
all of us did.
After the
She had
information
a
that
medical
unfolded,
record.
I'm saying.
yeah, she had a medical record, and they said she was crazy in the medical record too.
And
But
that
you
was-
didn't know that.
Yeah,
You didn't know
exactly.
that.
You
That's what
didn't
I'm
know
saying.
it.
When you first saw that letter,
Yes.
you believed it.
Exactly.
No matter
Yes.
So
what.
after the information,
You know what I
did
mean?
you
Of course.
question it, or
You were
was you like,
what
oh,
the
she
fuck?
lying?
Well, after you got later on, you were like, that
Yeah.
bitch lying. Is she crazy or something? Something's
I'm
wrong with her.
still, I don't know, because
course,
it's
they
so
broke down
easy.
later on.
Like, she was like, Thomas Wayne doctored it. You know, he's a fucking billionaire.
No, but I mean, later on, you find out it's that they showed records that she would basically adopted.
Yeah, that's what
it,
I'm
you know
saying.
I mean?
But she
adopted
tells
him.
him before, you know,
course.
obviously he does the deed.
Right.
And we're going to have to talk about that too.
Yeah.
You know, she's like, oh, you know, he doctored everything. He forged everything, blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, he is rich and powerful. He could forge everything. Hashtag Jerry Epstein did not kill himself.
right.
And then he is like, Ma, you're a liar. Obviously, he went to confront Wayne. He went to confront Thomas Wayne. And Thomas Wayne basically punched him.
Exactly. He punched his ass and get the fuck away
he
from
even
him.
confronted a young Bruce. How did you feel about them having Bruce Wayne in this movie?
Did not expect it.
Bro.
They had a young Bruce Wayne and a young
Alfred. I didn't like him.
He was a tool.
He was
Yeah.
he seems too aggressive. I remember why do we fall, sir? That's the Alfred I fucking remember. Like, I didn't like him at all. I was like, fuck you, Alfred. But yeah, obviously that's
I want to
it.
go to one of the most tripped out part. Basically, when the clown that gave him the gun, and there was another one that was a little person.
Oh,
and they went to go check on Arthur.
yeah.
And see if he was okay.
Right. And this was after he got he killed those guys from the subway.
And got fired.
So he was
obviously.
feeling it.
Oh, he was
You know what I
high and
mean?
mighty.
Yeah.
He was feeling good. Did he
So-
kill his mother before that?
No,
okay,
not
he had
yet.
no. That's gonna be him. Oh,
So he killed them first. And we killed the one guy first.
yeah.
You know, so basically he snapped because, you know, and confronted the guy that gave him the gun.
Exactly.
And he tried to like snap back at Arthur, and Arthur just straight killed us.
Stabbed him.
But straight up,
stabbed, right?
the dude that gave him the gun and snitched on him had the audacity to come back to his crib
Right,
and
like,
ask if
like,
he was
whoa,
okay.
You were right because
What the fuck,
he
nigga?
thought Arthur was a bitch. He thought Arthur was a bitch. You know what I mean? It's like he just killed these motherfuckers in the subway. He ain't no bitch no more. But I guess,
bro.
So yeah, he
And
straight
then
up just kills him in his apartment.
And then the funny moment in that apartment was after he killed them, Arthur's just sitting
you
down.
You see the little guy,
the little person.
He's just so scared in the corner.
He's terrified.
And he's like, "Oh, you never treated me bad. You can leave." And he tries to leave, and he kind of locked the door because he's so little.
Fucking
Oh my
Arthur put
God.
the chain. He put the chain on the door so he couldn't reach.
And then Arthur gets up and then he takes the chain off and then he gives him a kiss on the forehead.
Well, he kind of psyched him out. Like if
Yeah.
he was gonna grab his ass and kill him.
And I mean, because at that point, did you think he was gonna kill him?
I thought he was gonna kill him.
I thought he was gonna kill him too.
I
I'm not
thought
even
he
gonna
was
I
gonna
didn't.
kill him.
I didn't think so.
Okay, good shit.
But
good
all I
shit.
gotta say is, if it was that little person for Witcher episode 2, we wouldn't be talking about the Joker right now because he would not.
Oh man, yes! Please check out Witcher episode 2. We talk about that.
We have a review on that
I
as
guess
well.
you can say dwarf. We can say dwarf, right?
Right,
On
yeah.
Witcher
It's a little
episode 2.
person,
Yeah, dwarf.
Okay,
It's 2020, I don't know.
He goes ham. Jesus Christ. But we also, obviously.
But yeah, he kills Buddy, lets the little guy go.
Right.
And then he goes, I think he goes to the hospital to see his mom. And, that's after everything. At
went
least
down.
everything with Wayne and everything. And he's just like,
Yeah.
Mom.
He's just in shock.
He actually, like you say, he went to the hospital to find out the records and find out she was as crazy as he was.
Right.
Yeah.
And then he goes to see his
Not
mom.
even that. It turned out that she adopted him, and the boyfriend she ended up getting abused the shit out of him.
Oh,
Yes.
I forgot about
The mom
that.
of
Yeah.
Joker of Arthur,
And
her boyfriend abused the fuck out of him.
And I guess we should.
Not
we
sexually,
can each,
just physically.
Yeah, we
Come
can
on.
each say how we feel, but it's like, unfortunately, a lot of people with these type of issues and problems have a lot of rough backgrounds. Obviously, we've all grown up a little rough, you know what I'm
course.
saying? But
once again, you gotta bring in the time period.
Exactly. It's so unfortunate. It's so unfortunate that had to happen, and that's when you actually feel the most sad for Arthur. Like to find out, and then he just freaks out. Thank you for reminding me, because now I remember the visual of him reading it and him freaking just laughing.
Well, they actually
He's
said it
just
too. What
laughing.
was going on? The boyfriend tied him up to a radiator and just starved him to death.
Yeah.
Well, not to
That's-
death, but he just starved him.
Starved him.
Yeah.
Was beating his
And-
ass, chained to a radiator as a little boy.
Exactly. And he was so furious, I can only imagine, at his mother for not only making up this story
Right.
about Thomas Wayne, and then actually this being what really happened. He goes back to the hospital because she was obviously sick, and he kills her. Like
He smothers her with a
smothers
Pillow
her.
over her face.
Yes,
Yeah.
smothers her with a pillow.
And then now his aim is pretty much
By
Murray
this
Franklin.
time, he's been invited onto Murray Franklin's show.
Yeah.
He already has been. He's been planning on. First, he was gonna do, seem like he was gonna do it to platform himself. Mm-hmm. But after all that had transpired, he came up with another plan.
Yeah.
But at the same time, nobody expected him to be invited to, Robert
Yeah,
De
I
Niro's
was just
character
Well,
about
yeah,
to get into
it's
that
just
because-
because of the whole fact that he talked about him. You know what I
Yeah.
mean on the show.
That's
and
what
people,
the
a lot of
rep was
people
saying.
got reaction. He got good reaction or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he did it for ratings.
Yeah,
That was the
what
main
made
reason.
him, and what made
Hollywood,
what
baby.
made Arthur get to this point, I don't think we had mentioned, was because he was in the hospital chilling with his mom and Murray. They were watching TV show. They saw Robert De Niro making fun of him, and he felt some type of way. Arthur did. Arthur was like, "Okay, I got you. You want to make fun of me? You want to humiliate me on national television? I got you."
Right.
And he was at his crib, basically kind of reacting. I mean, rehearsing the scene, like knock knock. Pull out the gun, kill himself. I was like, "Oh wow,
Yeah.
okay, this shit's about to go
Yeah,
down."
exactly.
Yeah, he
At
was doing
first,
the
he
most.
was going to kill himself on national television. That's what his plan was. But yeah, it didn't turn out that way.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
No.
And basically he goes on the show, and I guess I want to say this is one of my favorite parts of the movie. Obviously, he's like, "Can you introduce me as the Joker?" And he does this little dance opening, but when the curtain's opening, he dances and he twirls. I don't know if he flips. I don't think he flips, but he twirls, and then he kisses old girl on the mouth, and
he straight up kisses
was pure, like you say, Batman animated series Joker right there. That from the moment the curtains open to the dancing to the kissing of the girl,
the Joker has arrived.
Yes, that's
the
pretty.
Joker.
I like that intake.
The Joker was there. The Joker was there, and it was over from there. Obviously, you know, they have a little bit of back and forth. He tells Robert De Niro, "You brought me here to make fun of me," basically, and you know.
Right, basically that's where I got my name from, because when you showed my clip, you called me a Joker. Mm-hmm. You know.
And he basically.
And they just start going back and forth.
Yeah, they have a little bit of back and forth.
No, well, actually, and then it ends up that Joker starts telling him, I killed those 3 guys on the subway train.
Yeah,
I killed those guys. Mm-hmm. And he just starts going on about not them being privileged or anything, but people don't worry about people like him.
Yep.
The world doesn't worry about people like him.
Right.
You know, they don't give a fuck what happens to people like him, and that's what makes you think.
That's what it
brings you
is.
back to mental illness. Like nobody gives a shit about that.
And I'm gonna bring it back to your boy, Heath Ledger. You know what I'm saying? In the Dark Knight,
exactly.
Yeah. When what did he say about a soldier? Or if I go out and if a harmless thug died, no one would care. But if you would put a soldier in harm, everybody would lose their minds.
Of course,
it was kind of in relation to what you were saying, Rene.
Exactly, and pretty much, he starts. Joker starts. Going off on Robert De Niro.
And they have a back and forth.
They start going back and forth. You don't give a fuck about me. You just want me here for your ratings, and you just want to humiliate me. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, he pulls out a gun and shoots Robert De Niro in the head.
Blows his fucking
like
head
nothing.
off.
Like nothing.
Bang bang.
Yeah, he's like, he says so low, like, this is literally what happens when you push people like me over to the edge. It will boom, and then he goes to the camera, and then you see that Joker up close with the face, and it's just so iconic. Wow.
Yes,
it's just an iconic. I mean, we've seen it in the animated series, we've seen the animated movies. Heath Ledger doing it. Was just it was just like an iconic shot of him doing that, and then you see the police kind of rough him up in the background. After that, and then he's in the police car.
Yeah, he gets taken away.
Police. I mean, everybody at this point is rioting because there's this whole Joker movement. The Gotham is on fire.
Yeah, the streets start going wild because this guy just killed him on air. He killed Robert De Niro on live television.
And the police ask him, "You see this?
You did.
Are
this.
you happy you did this? Are you happy?" And he goes,
Yeah,
I am.
Yes.
I am happy."
And then boom,
they get T-boned, right?
Yeah, basically
Like
like
a
a truck or a fucking car
T-boned.
rammed him, and then they basically, some other Jokers take him out like he's goddamn Jesus Christ, and then he gets up and he finally
Joker
realizes,
Christ.
He's like in a ring of fire around all of his people
As Gotham
and,
rioting.
as
start
Gotham,
rioting. Yeah, it just starts burning. But
Yeah.
then slowly but surely they start cutting to this little movie theater.
Mm-hmm. And we didn't think they were gonna fucking go there.
And
But
they did.
Yeah.
They cut to this movie theater.
Thomas Wayne, of all people, walk out with his wife and child.
Out of this movie theater as the city's rioting.
And I think I knew what was going to happen right there.
I think
We all knew, but we were like, no.
I think the whole
you're not gonna do
world,
that.
yeah, I think everyone
No. Oh, you did do that. You son
sure
of a bitch.
did. And let me just bring this up. DC hyped the shit out of this movie, but they said it would have nothing to do with the DC universe.
Yep.
Talking about no Batman, none of that, nothing.
I'm just saying, like, what in the entire... I was shocked. First, I was shocked to even see Bruce Wayne in the movie.
So, like, because of the
Thomas
whole Joker
Wayne.
clown movement, one of the Joker followers killed Thomas Wayne and his wife.
Yeah.
And did you guys know there was an alternate ending where they killed Bruce as well?
No, I didn't.
Yes, there was an alternate ending.
Oh wow, that's
They
interesting.
said it was supposed to be an alternate ending. I don't know if it's if they actually have it in anything.
That would
but
have had an uproar
they said,
in
yes.
the
That's
theater.
tripped
I think that's why they
in the
did.
theaters.
But they said there
Hell
was an
yeah.
alternate ending, is where they killed Bruce as well.
So that's where they would have went down
Yeah.
in that time period. Because that's if you guys are real fans, there's multiple universes in the fucking comic book world.
Yeah.
So anything could happen, ladies and
Exactly.
gentlemen. So I wouldn't be surprised if that was the alternate ending. Wow.
Yeah. And I guess the last question to ask is, do you want to see him as Joker again? Like, is this so perfect where you just want it to be a one-off? Because we've all heard the talks about Joker
Oh
2,
yeah,
blah, blah,
they're already
blah.
rumored that it's gonna come.
You
out
know,
with a second
but
one, and
do
I don't
you
mind.
think? Okay,
I do
you think,
not mind
okay.
him being a Joker.
Do you think he
again.
should be in the Batman universe, or do you think he should? Do you think Batman should be
That would-
involved? I mean, it's so real. This is the most realistic Joker that we've
Right.
ever seen.
Maybe part 2. I feel like.
I mean, I don't
Maybe.
know. I don't know.
Maybe.
I think it should just be a standalone. I
Yeah, I
fucking
think it
love
still
it.
should be a standalone.
I feel
You
like they
wanna
shouldn't have
go,
another
you know.
story with Batman or anything. But if they want to include the little, Easter eggs here and there, I wouldn't mind. That's just me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't mind.
All right.
But overall, what do you guys think of the movie? What'd you guys give out of 10?
I would give it an 8 or 9 out of 10.
Give it a 9. Definitely.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I can understand what people are saying. Oh, this has been done before. Taxi Driver and that other movie that Robert De Niro was in as the
Yeah.
guy. I get that.
It was still a great movie.
Yeah, it was
was a
definitely
great
hands
movie.
down.
For a
Joaquin
DC
Phoenix.
movie, I'd give it a
Yes.
solid 10.
Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix snapped. He went through a tripped out transformation.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? Much props to him. It was a
Exactly.
great movie.
For me, you get a solid 10. Joaquin Phoenix, thank you. You
Yes.
fucking snapped.
Exactly.
Thank you, sir.
Hopefully we can see you again, because there's nobody else apparently right now who can do the Joker any better, because Ito don't want Jared Leto.
And then,
No.
and then unfortunately, our brother Heath Ledger is gone. So,
Okay.
we have
Should
Joaquin
be.
Phoenix.
All right.
All right.
R.I.P. Heath Ledger.
R.I.P. Pleasure.
R.I.P.
This is the Carbonation Conversation. We love you.
Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up.